Hello, Julie Olson here. I am an author and an illustrator, and today I am going to teach you how to draw a bunny. Step 1. We are going to draw a rounded triangle and two ovals. Now, what is rounded about it are the corners of the triangle. And then, this is going to be the muzzle of the bunny, and then we're going to draw two ovals. One is kind of at an angle and it barely crosses over the triangle, and the other one is a little more vertical and narrow of an oval. That's because these are the bunny's cheeks. Notice that the ovals are about the same height as each other, but a little higher than the top of the triangle, and they are higher than the bottom of the triangle, the base of the ovals is. So, try and make those line up as they are pictured here. And remember to draw lightly. I'm drawing darker. Now, on to step 2. Lightly draw a circle, and then you're going to draw a tilted oval. So we've got a circle, which this will be the head a little later. And make sure you're crossing it where they cross in the picture here. And then an oval, kind of like an egg turned on its side. Well, tipping over. Step 3, we've got two long ovals, one rounded rectangle, and one tilted oval, if you look up at the steps above. So, these long ovals are the rabbit's ears. So we're going to do one ear, kind of pointing that way. They're like long, skinny ovals, like long, skinny egg ovals, because they're a little more pointy at the top than the bottom. Then we're going to draw a rectangle, but I want to show you where we're going to start. We're going to start at this bottom left edge of the rounded triangle, and then I put another dot halfway up the right cheek of the bunny. I put a dot down in the body and a dot on the outside of the body, so I know where to draw my rectangle form. And make sure the corners of the rectangle are rounded. And now we are on to the back oval. This is going to be the back leg. So make sure you're making it a little bit outside the large body oval. And on to step 4. We're going to do a couple little rectangles and flat-sided ovals and a teardrop shape. So the first rectangle is for the rabbit's front leg. It's small and it overlaps the other rounded rectangle. And then we have one flat-sided oval. It's kind of like you take a blob of dough and throw it on the ground. And then we do another one in the back for the back leg. Then we are going to draw a teardrop shape, which is flat on one side, and so it's kind of like a teardrop flattened on one side. And this is the rabbit's back foot. We are also going to draw a tail, which is another little oval right at the back of the body of the bunny. So, this part, you're just going to lightly erase all of your lines so that they're really, really light, especially the interior lines, so that you can see where you're going to draw your outlines. Final step, well, not final step, step 5 is the outlines. And on every little curve, we're going to draw a little tuft of hair. And we're not going all the way across on the crown of the head, just a little arc across, halfway across to the bottom of the ears, and the outline of the ear. And at the base of the ear, we're going to come around and around the other side, and then around its chin and cheek, and then chin, and then around its other cheek. And I'm just putting little furry furs every once in a while. Here's a little outline of a nose, and I'm just making that a little lighter because bunnies actually don't have the top of a nose like a dog. It's more just a hint of a line of the nose underneath. Get the nose and the mouth. The eyes are like teardrop shapes, and they're right at the tops of each cheek. And I do a little bit of a line that goes over the top of that teardrop to make it look like that eye is sitting back in the bunny's head. Now let's draw the bunny's chest. I probably should have made that a little bit more curved of an angle on that rectangle, but it's okay. Bunnies have bones underneath their fur, and this one just has a little more bony bones. All right, so we come around. I'm going to add a little toe on the paw. I don't know, do they call them toes for bunnies? So here we go, a little furry fur on the back of the bunny. Down his leg. We aren't going to totally go around that circle, just about halfway up. Get its paw on that teardrop shape. Connect the teardrop shape with a line to that back of the other side of that circle and around the tail. There's a line underneath for his belly. Then we're going to add one more line across, and that is a hint of his back paw. Let's do a couple little ear shapes up here, inner ear lines. And finally, we are on to step 6. Turn your pencil on the side for the shading after you fill in the eyes, but I always like to leave a tiny little white circle for a highlight. Make sure you're leaving that highlight on the same side of the bunny's eyes. Then turn your pencil on its side and start shading. Gonna set those eyes in just a little bit and follow that top curve of the cheek circle that we drew, the ovals. And we're going to go around that just a little bit and set those bunny eyes into place and show that the cheeks stick out a little bit more. Now I'm going to shade in the inner ear of the bunny ear. And I'm going to continue darkening that inside just a little bit before going on to underneath the bunny's chin. Shade under the chin. And then I'm going to get his 2 back paws pretty dark. Set those paws back farther than the rest of them. That makes your eye see that they're back there and makes it look a little more three-dimensional, sorry. So even though this bunny isn't hopping or popping off the page, he can look like he is just a little bit by adding shading. So I am getting the underside of the paws, the part that's touching the ground, the back side of the leg, underside of the tail. We're going to darken in that belly just a little bit more, and especially down where the leg is connecting to the body. Shading, shading, darken that belly, up around the leg, and a little bit more along the edge of his arm where it's closer to the body. So this front leg, we're not drawing the line all the way up, but sometimes we can add some more shading all the way up. So step 5 was the lines, and step 6 is the shading. So here you have your bunny all ready to draw for Easter next week. It's not this weekend, but get some time to get in a spring mood. So I wanted to wish you all a happy Easter, and maybe we will draw some more fun spring animals this week. And I have some requests for some other things, but in the meantime, you can go check out my other videos. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and enjoy all the how to draw tutorials. Hope you have a great week.